It's your birthday every year?
Despierte, señor Wayne.
It's not really fair.
Debería darle las gracias. Capturar a Bruce Wayne es mucho más fácil que a Batman. Y ahora que le tenemos, el protocolo 10 ya puede empezar. Será mi legado. Un monumento a tu fracaso. Y si intentas detenerme, te garantizo que todo el mundo conocerá tu secreto.
Your birthday's in 3 weeks? Not bad. Mine's April 5th. I'm 26 now. Golden Kappa? Because I got a golden Kappa. I got a golden peepo in my eye. Yes, I got a golden Kappa. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo. I never thought that I could fly into the sky. But I've got a golden Kappa.
¿Has matado a tu mayordomo? Aquí dentro vas a morir.
Vas a ser mi esclavo, güey. Eres mío. Al suelo. Ahora. ¿A qué estás esperando, güey?
Golden Kappa check.
Dicen
So
que el
stupid.
pingüino ha puesto precio
Like,
a tu cabeza.
I don't even know how that works. Is it like... Is it something like...
Bruce Wayne, te tengo en mi lista.
Like 0.1% of users on Twitch. I don't know. Like there's a random chance that you'll be a user that's granted the golden kappa for that 24-hour period, I guess. I don't know what the odds are though. And I don't know how the algorithm works like that. One account random daily? That doesn't sound right. No, that would be way too uncommon. Because there's so many dead accounts and so many spare accounts. There's more inactive accounts than active accounts. They wouldn't have that happen. And then it gets even tighter. So let's say every account on Twitch is an active account. Maybe they can only choose accounts that have been like logged in within the past week. Or maybe accounts that have logged in that day. So let's say recently unlocked accounts, or activated accounts, recently used accounts, at least, are the only ones that get chosen from. Like, only like 1 in 5 viewers talk in the chat or something, you know?
Luces fuera, ricachón.
I can't read that right now, but I bet it's cool.
Oh, ¿qué te pasa?
Because I've got a golden kappa.
Oh, ¿te acuerdas de mí?
I've got a golden peepo in
Tu
my
familia
eye.
destruyó a la mía, Wayne. Esto es... bueno, digamos que es una venganza a la antigua usanza.
So if you use kappa daily, it'll increase the chances. Every day that you use kappa increases the chances of you being a golden kappa receiver. So everybody has an invisible kappa stat that's marked the number of times you used kappa. I think it's not number of times you've used it. I think it's if you've used it that day. So spamming it won't help. It's just as long as you've used kappa somewhere in a Twitch chat. Every 24 hours. And like how many days in a row you've done it? Okay. I'm sure like if you go like 100 days straight, but you skip day number 72.
También me ha dicho que algo llamado
They'll
el
count
protocolo
both
10
chunks of
le hará
days.
famoso.
¿Ha llegado ya, señor?
Justo a tiempo.
Yeah, I suppose to Potzel. To brag about it. I've seen golden kappas before.
Alfred, le quita...
I don't like actively seek them like a Bigfoot hunter or anything.
A todas las unidades, aquí Tiger Aire 4.
July
Tenemos
7th.
confirmación de que la presa 4011 está en los juzgados.
Yeah, where did I see it
Repito,
before?
Catwoman está en los
It kind of
juzgados.
looks like a
¿Está en
coin.
peligro?
Afirmativo.
Like
El
it looks like it
objetivo
has
está
like
retenido por
thickness
Death.
to it.
Creemos que piensa matarla. ¿Cómo debemos proceder?
Bajad las armas. Dejad que Dos Caras se divierta.
Entendido.
It's not circular shaped or anything, but
Eso no suena.
it kind of looks like it's, you know,
No,
like a
señor.
solid
La
chunk of
predilección del
bronze
señor
or some
Dent
shit.
Por todo lo binario, podrían oírle muy bien a la señorita Cain.
Si hay una persona en Arkham City que sepa qué está pasando de verdad, es ella.
If it's that rare, it's likely I could have seen a clone.
Tengo que
some
encontrar
kind of
a Catwoman
imposter.
enseguida.
This is like the reverse birthday meme. It's always like the chat saying, "Happy birthday, streamer," and the streamer's like, "It's not my birthday, ha ha ha." No, guys, seriously, it's not my birthday. And then, but everybody in chat's just saying it.
Cogerle y rajarle en dos. Estate quieto mientras dicto sentencia.
Protesto.
Quick shot.
Denegada.
What's up? It's your boy, Skinny Penis. Hello.
Tengo que localizar por dónde entró la bala y dónde impactó. La
'Cause
bala
I got a
entró por
golden
esa ventana.
ticket.
A ver dónde. La trayectoria de la bala me llevará hasta...
I like today's it being a nice warm-up day for this game.
Protocolo 10 comenzará en 10 horas.
And then tomorrow, when I do a bunch of runs, it'll be real sweet. I'll start streaming earlier in the day tomorrow, because UFC is on in the evening. But I will stream during UFC tomorrow. For anybody watching here that likes to watch UFC as well, and they're looking forward to the DC fight, the Sugar Show with Marlon Vera, so I won't be streaming the event, that would be illegal. But I'll have an IRL stream where we watch YouTube videos and stuff. And the fight will happen on another monitor, and I'll react to it, you know? And I'll have the fight clock going down, so we can sync it up per rounds. I'm excited for like 4 or 5 different fights. I think I'm excited for 4 fights exactly, actually. The Marab fight.
No se encuentra muy bien y esa idiota de la doctora que le he enviado no le ha ayudado. Hasta estos
JDS and Rosenstrike. JDS looking like Bronson lately.
chicos te mantendrán entretenido.
And
Si intenta algo raro, matadle.
Atacar a los matones armados de frente es un suicidio.
yeah, the
Tengo que
takedown
desaparecer
cancels.
y eliminarlos
Those
en
are glitches.
silencio, uno por uno.
Yeah, C-Pain, DC, Sugar Show and Marlon Vera, Rosenstrike and Dos Santos.
Nos va a pillar.
And yeah, the Marab fight.
Todo saldrá bien. Espera aquí y no hagas ni un ruido.
I think I'll have Cody in the call with me if he's not busy tomorrow night.
La sala está asegurada.
Hola, caballeros.
Ya estáis a salvo.
Because he likes the sugar show.
Gracias. Batman, gracias
And
por tu
I'm
ayuda.
rooting for Marlon Vera. Not because I just like Vera, but I believe I like his fighting style and personality more and stuff, and I think he's gonna win. Like, I have betting he will. And he's like underdog status by quite a bit, like 2.5.
Ahí está el arma. Tengo que investigar este escenario del crimen.
2.5 underdog. Like, if I had the money, I would definitely bet on Vera. If anybody here wants to make some money, bet on Marlon Vera. O'Malley's spar with Wonder Boy?
Alfred.
It's like a 50-pound weight difference.
Que sirve de control remoto para el Joker está detrás de esto.
¿Es que había alguna duda?
Voy a por él. La señal de
Good night,
radio
Monkey.
debería llevarme directamente hasta él.
Buena suerte, señor.
Míralos comiendo basura como cerdos. La banda del payaso. ¡Cuidado! ¡Es Batman!
Bienvenidos, presos. Estáis dando vuestros primeros pasos hacia un mundo mejor. Un mundo de diversión, travesuras y lo mejor de todo. Un mundo donde la única persona que puede dar órdenes es un servidor.
Yeah, and Sean's a bantamweight, so he's 135. And Wonder Boy is probably like 190, just round up, and then Sean would be 150, probably. So like 40 pounds. Still, that's pretty crazy. I don't think that's like a similar body type. I would want to see that style, though. It kind of sucks that like Wonder Boy doesn't have that style. As soon as you see anybody do any sort of karate stance, the commentators are like, "Oh, a little bit of Stephen Thompson, a little bit of Wonder Boy." Like, it's just a karate stance. Like, I'm sure Wonder Boy feels the same way every time he hears that being said. Like, it should be used more often. It's a really smart way to stand. A harder target, good way to control range. Doc, you said yo Wade. And he was saying yo back. And now you're acting like it's weird that he's saying hi to you. He's just returning the hi. Prone to kicks though with a karate stance? No, not really. Your leg is out there. You're a lot less susceptible to almost all forms of damage with a karate stance. It's just you have the downside of it is that you have to travel further when you do your strikes. Like your body's not closer to theirs compared to like Muay Thai or something. So your moves have a chance of telegraphing more because they have more time to react. But I think defense matters more overall because you get to stay in the fight longer, you get the higher, which means you get to throw more strikes, which means you get more chances to hit.
Alfred.
You know, a bunch of stuff. Sorry you're late. What the heck? Are they hard to learn? Not if you play as Jorge Masvidal, and you just start every fight with a flying knee. That's probably going to be the plan. I'm just gonna play as a character. Like, about a year ago, a fighter called Jorge Masvidal set the new record for fastest fight in UFC history. And it was 5 seconds. And in the video game, it probably would count as 3 or 4 seconds. Because the ref and everybody would move faster. But he started the fight off with a flying knee, hit the guy on the face, and the fight was over immediately. Like, Captain Falcon style.
Está aquí. No le dejéis entrar.
Cubre la puerta.
¡Ayuda! ¡Por favor!
Esto está muy tranquilo.
Por favor, sácame de esta cosa.
¿Creéis que se va a poner bien el pobre Mr. J si no conseguís parar al
Grappling is pretty strong in the game, yeah. Almost every top level guy right now is a really good wrestler. Like Adesanya is like the one non-wrestler champion right now. I forgot to place the gel.
La puerta está soldada y no es más que un
It's just
payaso
boring.
disfrazado.
Well, that's true.
Protocolo 10 comenzará en 9 horas.
Under certain circumstances. But it's also true under many circumstances. Like if you know like a medium amount, like if you kind of know what's going on with fights, like you know what a jab is. And then you know what a sprawl is, you know what a takedown is, you know like 10 common terms. You don't quite know the names of submissions, you don't quite know the difference between like a hook kick and an axe kick. You know? The difference between an omoplata and a go-go plata, full guard, half guard.
Era todo mentira.
You probably don't know the rules like the 12-6 elbow, or strikes to the back of the head, or you can't knee or kick a downed opponent. But the more that you educate yourself and the more that you know what can happen down there, and what's good for who, and how it's like an insane chess match happening, like, it's like speed chess once you know what the rules are. And when you watch speed chess, that's entertaining too, if you like chess. You know, not just... Well, it's not harder to see. You gotta look at like the shapes of their bodies. It's pretty easy. Like, the commentators don't have a better view than you do. They're looking at the monitors, and the monitors are what we see. And they're commentating what's going on just fine, like Dominic Cruz or Joe Rogan or something.
¿De qué estás hablando?
Hey Ape, I'm doing good, how are you? So grappling is boring compared to a bunch of other stuff, but it's not just boring as a fact, it's boring compared to other things. Like if you watch somebody do a knockout punch, that's going to be awesome and it's going to be in every highlight video. And so if you compare grappling to that, then sure. But some grappling shit is awesome. Oh my god, is it awesome. Like when, I don't remember what his name is, but there's someone that pulled off a twister in the last year. That's an extremely difficult submission.
El laboratorio de Freeze debe estar por aquí. Está claro que se dirige al punto.
Bry something. I can't remember.
Una línea directa con mi mejor amigo del mundo mundial. Imagínate, podría llamarte siempre que me aburra. Creo que nuestra relación estaba durando mucho.
Yeah, like if you see somebody going for a takedown, and then the person that gets taken down ends up winning the fight, like instantly, and it's like the first fight you've ever watched. You watch somebody take somebody down, and the guy that gets taken down quickly cinches in a choke on the head and just takes him out immediately. Like you, as the person is taking you down, you grab their neck and quickly just choke them out real quick, like super fast, and like that's called a guillotine. Your older brother might have done it to you when you were, you know, when you were a kid. But not like tighten on the throat, you know. Probably like put you in a full Nelson or something instead, or just a headlock. So if you see somebody take someone down, and then the person that did that takedown immediately just taps, and then they stand up, you're like, oh, that was boring. What? I didn't even see what happened. You did see what happened. If you just know what would happen.
Alfred.
You know? Like, when you go for a takedown, you either, like, sprawl, or you go for a guillotine, or you try to, like, you know, maybe counter with a kick or something stupid, I don't know. But guillotine's very possible, especially if you've got their head underneath your armpit. So if you see the head go underneath the armpit, you immediately have to think guillotine, like a choke. And so when a guillotine happens, you can get out of it by taking the dude's hands and just making sure they don't connect with each other. You gotta fight the hands off of each other. And so then you gotta watch the fighter's hands and see what the hands are doing. Your eyes gotta move really quickly if you know what's going on and stuff. And then it just makes it more entertaining. Like, the more you watch it, the more entertaining it gets.
El protocolo 10 comenzará en 7 horas.
¿Es que a Bruce Wayne le han metido aquí dentro?
No te enteras, Tim. Batman, es Batman.
Identificación confirmada de Batman. Se enfrenta a múltiples presos. Batman está ileso. Todos los presos han caído.
No, what? It selected the thing and then it deselected it.
Tenemos a Batman.
Rude.
Bienvenidos al instituto.
I don't know if you guys are bullying Nightbot or what's going on. I don't know. Not keeping up.
Me parece que no quiero que te cueles en mi pequeño hogar, Batman.
Algo está bloqueando la comunicación con la Batcueva. El pingüino estará
Are you
usando
late?
disruptores de
Depends on
comunicaciones militares. La única forma de superar
what
esta
you consider to be
es
on time.
destruyendo.
I don't really take attendance.
Tabaco. Te lo he dicho. ¿Cómo funciona este trasto,
Lo único que tienes que saber es que el pingüino quiere este trasto
Yeah,
activado.
like, it's better to see something happen compared to something else, but it doesn't mean... Like, that's so simple thinking. You know? Like, bagels are better than English muffins. But that doesn't mean English muffins are terrible. It's so weird to, like, think that just because one thing's better than another doesn't mean that something's boring, you know? It's like a different level of the game.
No lo sé.
Pues entérate. Y de paso asegúrate de que el otro disruptor está a salvo. Te encontraré y te meteré lo que quede de ese aparato por el...
It's why MMA is so awesome, because there's variety. It's kind of like how video games are awesome because there's variety. Like, you can get a game that's like a puzzle game, and that's kind of like grappling or jiu-jitsu. Or you can get a game that's like Just Cause 2, or Call of Duty or something. Something that's just like a straightforward fighting game.
Parece que el disruptor del pingüino se ha activado en alguna parte debajo de Arkham City.
It didn't accept my dive bomb the first time. That happened earlier today.
Batman ha hecho algo a los disruptores de arriba. ¿Dónde estarán el resto de esos idiotas?
Hemos conseguido meternos bajo tierra.
Montadlo donde quiera que estéis. ¡Y hacedlo ya! Seguro que Batman ya va de camino hacia allí.
Sí, señor Cabepot.
Why?
La
What the
señal
heck is
vuelve a
up with that
bloquearse.
loading zone?
Parece que el disruptor del pingüino se ha activado en alguna parte debajo de Arkham City.
¿Qué diablos llevaban?
El pingüino los ha enviado bajo tierra para colocar otro disruptor. Supongo que sigue intentando financiar.
If I actually touched that Riddler trophy box, I would have bounced off of it. I didn't think I was making it that high, though. You're not saying that wrestling, grappling is bad? That's been the whole point of what I've been saying, is you were saying that wrestling is boring this whole time. That's exactly what you were saying. And now you're like, no, I'm not saying wrestling's boring. It's like, I mean, that's more or less the exact quote you used, but it's more. So that.
Ese era el último disruptor. Ahora debería poder meterme en ese museo.
Someone says wrestling's boring. I give a counterpoint. And then their counterpoint was, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Just, okay.
¿Me has dicho que Batman no podría burlar los disruptores?
Pues sí, no sé cómo lo ha hecho. El pingüino dijo que era imposible.
Genial, así que Batman...
Batman.
Bienvenidos al Instituto de Historia Natural Cyrus Pigny.
Yeah, it's boring if you do it in a boring way, but so is striking. Striking can be done in a really boring way too. There's a flashy way of doing both.
Aconsejamos a todos los visitantes que pasen por nuestro.
Truth is, most fights that you watch don't have extremely high level grappling. They have like very fundamental wrestling, where they try to win rounds. But you only see people like Verdum or Oliveira do actual like finishes with their jiu-jitsu. Or Anderson Silva or something. Or Alexei Oleinik. So it sucks because most people that you watch also aren't that good. And so they do like a more wrestling winning rounds approach. Which is also good for longevity, so they can lower their risk of getting injured so they can stay in the career for longer. And then... what was the other thing I was going to say? I just lost it. Oh yeah, I was going to say... man, good thing you said Usman. Because I was going to say, it can also be circumstantial, because, like, Usman recently had that fight with Masvidal, and what he did was boring, but he had the mindset of, I need to win these rounds. And so he did the cage control boring version. Admittedly, he did. But that was because he wasn't training for Masvidal this whole time. So he, like, you still have to get that W if you're the champion. You still have to win. So you gotta pull out Old Faithful. You gotta pull out the guaranteed winning path. Am I excited for the new Suicide Squad game? No, of course not. But I'm excited to learn more. You know. Why would I be excited for a game that we know nothing about?
Tiene una especie de ordenador.
¿A qué estáis esperando?
Eso, ¿eres un gallina o qué?
Los policías infiltrados me necesitan. Si los dejo en el hielo, morirán congelados.
Hola, Batman. ¿Puedes oírme?
Vamos aquí.
Is Will Smith in it?
Un pequeño entretenimiento mientras patinas.
No
I
puedo
hope
ir
not.
sin liberar a los demás policías infiltrados.
Maybe I actually hope so.
Que te den.
Maybe I secretly hope so.
Algo de vida. Bien.
Yeah, so Usman had to fight that
Están
way
usando gafas
that
de
night.
imágenes
He had to be
térmicas.
Old Faithful.
Todo el que las lleve podrá
Sometimes
verme
you just gotta
escondido
do
en
it
la
that way.
oscuridad.
Kind of like what Chris Weidman had to do recently. He just had to get some wins in that round to get that win. It wasn't the way he wanted to win, but he just had to
No te
buckle
muevas,
down,
volveré.
get a win.
¡Por aquí le tengo!
¿Qué está pasando ahí dentro? ¿Habéis parado a Batman de una vez? ¿Y qué pasa con el traje de Freeze?
And so it is boring, but you got to think about, you know, why they got to do it.
Te he visto despejar.
And if that's
¿Qué
what
es ese
makes
famoso
exciting things exciting. If every fighter was like Conor McGregor wouldn't be exciting.
A ver, escuchen. Por si no se han dado cuenta, Batman acaba de salvar.
It would be like every other fighter.
Y ahora, aquí mandamos nosotros. Que no entre ni salga nadie.
Hey, Batman, that plays.
Los policías infiltrados me necesitan. Si los dejo en el hielo, morirán congelados. No puedo irme sin liberar a los demás policías infiltrados.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in. My throat's dry. My voice is gonna crack any second now. I can just feel it. I can feel the crack zone.
Atento al pajarito, Batman.
I don't have any more water. That was it.
Estás acabado, cabepot.
No, perdóname, por favor. Me parece que no querías hacer eso. ¿Qué diablos estás haciendo? ¡Estas son antigüedades! ¿Qué diablos estás haciendo? ¡Te la estás buscando! Vamos a ver cuánto puede aguantar ese hijo de perra.
The Batman that plays.
Oh, eso tenía pinta. ¿Qué has hecho? ¿Serás? ¡No puedes matarle! ¡No puedes!
Got me. I don't have a hashtag sponsored drink. Not currently sponsored. What's funny that you mentioned that. I was looking at my PB on YouTube for this game. Man, I really need a drink. And during that stream where I got that PB, I was sponsored by Game Fuel. It's kind of funny. I don't know if I'll be ahead. I don't think I will be.
Solo
Man.
quedamos tú y yo. Murciélago contra pingüino.
Oh, same here. I love those ones. I love where you get food. I also like the, I also had a really nice sponsor once where the payout was, like, above average. By quite a bit. And it was for the, gummies.
Oráculo, cambio...
En la sangre de Ras al Ghul. Está bien, Bruce. Supongo que tienes que ir a por él. Pero por favor, céntrate. No dejes que ella te despiste otra vez.
No, it wasn't a good run that I even did. Buy a trampoline and do a stream on it. Alright, I'll put that in the suggestions box.
¿Puede oírme alguien? ¿Cambio?
Te oigo. Esto es un caos. El jefe se ha esfumado.
Oh! A little bit of the bubbly.
Hey guys, how's stream/running going tonight?
Hey, Wickfos. Thank you for the 30... Oh my god, another 36-monther? Renarith resubbed for 36 months earlier. What a copycat. Dude, what the heck? Turned like a turtle. Turned like a turtle. I guess I did turn late. I moved my mouse after I went through, but you should move your mouse a little bit ahead of time.
Vaya, mira qué tenemos aquí. ¿Qué pasa?
Fire Phoenix did as well, but you were longer than 36, right, Fire
No
Phoenix?
vamos a hacerte daño, guapa.
Don't remember your number. I'm a bad streamer.
Ve a esconderte. Ahora.
Aunque me valga. También es tuyo. El milenio de muerte y estos miserables idiotas no pueden parar a un payaso disfrazado de murciélago.
Get up.
Necesitaba esta. Ahora como voy. Uy, perdona, Batman. Casi me voy de la lengua. No.
Agárrate.
Your mom called you while watching. You're mad now? I certainly have quite the young audience.
Oráculo, soy yo. El Joker no le está robando las armas a Strange. Es Strange el que le da las armas al Joker.
Maybe I'm just getting older. Lately, I've been getting a lot of active chatters between ages like 12 and 16. Probably like 11 and 14. And that just might be a Twitch thing right now. I actually talk to my viewers. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of smaller streamers do. People are on my size. Because they can afford to. I don't really... I don't really see how you can be... Unless you have, like, really specific circumstances. I don't really see how you can be smart with spending your money and support, like, you know, Shroud. Now, Shroud's awesome, and you should, like, support him, but, like, you know, giving... At this point, if you went over to Shroud's channel and subbed... not only will he never mention you at all, it's like you'll just get his emotes. You'll gain no other benefit than just like emotes, maybe some like Discord stuff, but like as an example, like there's so many streamers out there that with that $5 they could like help them meet like their power bill or their internet bill and keep streaming for another month, just keep on going. And so many people just aren't aware of how difficult stuff can be like that for a streamer.
Pues que comiencen las pruebas.
Like how there's so many streamers out there that are full-time struggling. Like just barely making it all the time, chasing the dream. And they have to compete with people that are getting like over $100,000 a month from subs.
No fallaré.
He escuchado esas palabras cientos de veces. Esperemos que tengas razón.
And if they have that many viewers, they just can't talk to them. They just can't. If you have a certain amount of an audience, there's the point where it just doesn't become clout, it's like fame.
Bienvenido, detective.
Where if you like spoke to them, they would start shaking and stuff. It's just, you can't relate to them anymore if you have that many people watching you. It's so hard to stay as a relatable person. Because then, if you're relatable, then you'll be approachable and then you'll get taken advantage of. So you need to set up some kind of barriers as well. Like if Shroud or Doc or something was friendly with you guys like this, you'd think like, oh my god, can I get a follow back on Twitter? And then you would want to DM him, and most of you probably wouldn't want to do all that. But there are a bunch of you that would, you know, just people feel like, you know, like, I'm friends with Shroud now. It's like, you know, stuff like that. And then you go in his chat and just like, they have to be so careful. They almost have to disconnect. Because the only bad part is that you don't really feel the connection to them. But the good part is that they stay safe. And then everyone feels equal, you know? Your feelings don't get hurt. It'll be much worse if they, like, pretended to be friends with you and stuff. They honestly have an extremely busy schedule if you get that many people watching. If you have that many people, you have, like, what you do is a business at that point.
La sangre del demonio me ha permitido vivir 600
like,
años. Imagínate el bien que podrías hacer.
It's like wanting a shout out from Wendy's because you like Wendy's. But just because Shroud is huge now.
Veo que tu cuerpo se debilita. La pequeña cantidad que te he permitido beber solo te mantendrá con vida unas
Can't get that shout out anymore. But like, let's say you're on Facebook or something, and your local restaurant is also on Facebook, or you're on Twitter, and your local restaurant is on there as well, and you go, I was just at Bubbles Oyster Shack, and man, Bubbles had the best oysters ever. I would probably retweet that because I have just a tiny little oyster shack. But maybe in 10 years I have a huge chain restaurant, Bubbles Oyster Shack. Goes across the nation. We have 500 locations across the United States. And then if somebody says, oh my god, I just ate at Bubbles Oyster Shack and I loved it, I probably wouldn't retweet it at that point because I would get like 500,000 people a day saying that, you know?
Has hecho bien, detective. Ahora ven a buscarme y a cobrar tu recompensa.
But yeah, that's not their fault. They're doing the right thing by ignoring us and ignoring people, because they have to be equal. They would love to give time to everybody and make their day, but then that would make everybody feel like that they have a chance to talk to them as well. You know? It's Bill Murray found the secret to doing this. Bill Murray just shows up. to places. Bill Murray will just show up to a college party. Bill Murray's not going to go on Twitter and say, hey guys, where should I go and hang out? Because then you're going to feel like you missed your chance to hang out with Bill Murray or something. Bill Murray has figured out how to become like the double rainbow of celebrities, where you're just super psyched every time you see it. But you never, your day's not ruined if you didn't see it at all. No one's ever like, oh, I've never seen a double rainbow and I hate it.
Contempla el verdadero poder de mi fosa de Lázaro.
Like, celebrity meetups are so fake and stuff, so... He really found the best way to do it. Just show up at people's places. Yeah, you should only support smaller streamers on Twitch. Like, streamers that are full-time. You know? I guess you should support affiliates. But there's definitely a chunk of streamers on Twitch that are, like, desperately staring at their analytics screen every day, sweating and panicking. And their face lights up every time they see a sub. There's so many people that have, like, are in positions where that's the only thing they can do, especially during quarantine. You're just at home. The only thing you can do is, like, stream, maybe.
Somos una legión. No podéis. Somos una.
And I know it's... I know you can say, like, well, that's their fault that they're in that shitty position, you know?
Por eso.
I'm not saying who you should support. But even those bigger streamers will say that, like if Shrab gets like a $1K donation, he says you didn't have to do that, you really didn't have to do that, that was not necessary, all that shit, he really means that. Like, you really didn't have to do all that. He is super set. Even if we're just going to keep using Shroud as an example, he got like a multi-million-dollar deal to like stream on Mixer. Did you guys forget about that? So like, not you guys, but did his supporters forget about that? Like,
Bruce, ¿dónde te habías metido? Creí que estabas muerto.
Siento decepcionarte.
¿Has encontrado a Ras? Espera, las lecturas de tu traje vuelven a estar normales. ¿Estás curado? ¿Qué pasa?
Ras y sus hombres tienen su base debajo de Arkham City y extraen una especie de compuesto químico natural que se llama Lázaro. Lleva siglos usándolo y ha ido perfeccionando poco a poco el proceso hasta que ha podido resurgir de entre el...
Oh, that's awesome, Fire Phoenix. Yeah, I like to help out streamers with figuring stuff out. If I like the streamer, you know, I won't just help everybody. That was real gold. Unless I'm splitting in a different spot, which I don't know. Like, my Wonder City split, I'm pretty sure I'm splitting at the right time there. Because if I split too late, then that would have made it easier to get a gold on the racial rules. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that it was only a gold by a little bit makes me feel like I split in the right spot. If it was a huge gold, I would have definitely pressed X to doubt. Got any Prime subs in the chat?
No, por favor.
Who's my favorite streamer?
De eso nada. Tienes que volver al cuartel del CPGC. Por favor.
It's tough to say.
Get back in there and make some lunch, boy!
Kivik, thanks for the bits. Appreciate that.
¿Qué haces, Batman?
I'm actually playing
Creí que
Batman?
éramos amigos,
No,
que
this is all
trabajábamos
pre-recorded.
juntos y todo eso. Desde mi lecho, aferrándome desesperadamente a lo poco que me queda de vida, me parece que me has traicionado y te has puesto a trabajar.
Yeah, I
en
haven't
esa
done a
nevera,
lot of any
¿verdad?
percent.
Pues
Golds
yo
are pretty
también sé
easy.
jugar a eso. Intenta volver con ese muñeco de nieve traidor en el CPGC.
I like
sin que mis
it
chicos
might
te
be
vuelen esa
Caleb, but like
cabecita tan puntiaguda. Vamos a ver si te atreves.
I mean, how do you define favorite streamer, you know? Like, what's your favorite content to watch? It's sort of like if I could make my own Frankenstein streamer out of elements of a bunch of streamers that I like, then I'd make the best one, but I don't know. Caleb's one of my favorites, though. My favorite speedrunner? Oh, thank you. Hope you're talking about me. My ego would love that.
Recuerda lo que pasó la última vez. No intentes vencerle en un combate cuerpo
Well, it's
a
okay,
cuerpo.
Fire Phoenix, but I gotta start somewhere.
Bien, ya están los datos. Te los estoy enviando.
Favorite show? Whose line is it anyway?
El cielo. ¿Qué es ese son? ¿Dónde estás?
The Drew Carey episodes. Aisha Tyler is annoying, and she doesn't participate in the games.
Deberías invertir en juguetes que no laten tu posición. Pero...
And the British episodes were slow. They were okay, but they were slow.
Creo que intentas usar mis armas contra mí. ¿De verdad crees
What
que
sound
voy
does an
a
Arctic
permitir
tern
eso?
make? I think you meant to say, like, Hearn? Or something. Maybe? I don't know. Ghost of Tsushima in black and white mode? What? Oh, that's what you were playing. That game looks kind of cool. Looks kind of like Sekiro, though. Is there any streamer I suggest you watch? BubblesDelFuego.
Esa torre es mía. No te precipites.
Did I get him? What the heck was that about?
Parece que los francotiradores que cubrían mi posición desde el sureste se han ido. La azotea del edificio Kitson está en silencio. O se han ido todos, o alguien los ha eliminado.
No la...
Ha cesado el fuego de las torres Dini. Ya no veo a los francotiradores en la azotea del edificio de apartamentos. Si pueden oírme, soy Vicky Bale y
Saves 0.9 seconds. Where did you
Aquí
get
están
that?
las-
What? What? Don't.
Bueno, Gotham, parece que estoy a salvo por ahora. Acabo de ser rescatada por
There's no
Batman.
way you believed that was true. You just made up a number. This is how people get stupid. They just believe whatever they see on the internet. You're guilty of it. You're spreading the poison. You're just doing your part. This is like how Arkham. This is how Gotham Knight became a term. There is no confirmed name of the next Batman game, but everybody is saying it's Gotham Knights. literally because a bunch of YouTubers made a bunch of conspiracy videos, and they just got the phrase trending enough, or some shit. Super dumb. Makes no sense.
Tened la calma, tenemos que estar tranquilos y encontrarle. Si se nos va la olla, somos hombres muertos, ¿entendido?
¿Sabes algo del protocolo 10? Da un poco de miedo.
Sí, hablé por teléfono con el profesor Strange ayer y me contó qué es.
¿En serio? ¿Y qué es?
¿Eres tan estúpido como pareces? ¿Por qué iba a llamarlo al tío que dirige?
Oh, was I saying Arkham Knight? I meant to say Gotham Knights. Anyway. Yeah, you guys know what I meant. I might have said the right thing. I'm just getting in my own head. What's my schedule? I don't really have one. But I usually stream every day. Eastern time. I usually start between like 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern. It's my rough schedule. Sorry, that's my schedule. I was speaking dog there for a second.
No volverás a...
¡Aquí! ¡Ya! ¡He encontrado a alguien!
Vaya, eso ha sido una decepción terrible, ¿verdad? Pero mira el lado positivo. Yo me siento mucho mejor.
Oh, don't worry about that, Wade. It's not a problem. Just do what's natural. If it's entertaining to you, you can come by and watch. I appreciate that thought, though. You want to be supportive. I understand. Thank you. Try and come in every day. I hope nobody does that for, like, trying to support the stream or something. Just do it if it's good entertainment, you know? I don't want... I don't want to be watched unless it's just, like, out of pity or something.
¡Segundos fuera! ¡Por favor, para!
Pity's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Spanish is faster.
¡Espera! ¿He dicho a mí? Decía a mí y a estos tíos.
This can still PB. I can get a gold here, I think.
Un fuerte aplauso para el señor Abramovich. Bueno, si no te come antes las manos.
Oh, not like this.
Batman, me estoy aburriendo. A lo mejor un poco de vinagre animaría las cosas. Mientras te estampo la cara contra el suelo.
Mejor que huya, murciélago.
I saved time, though.
¿A qué estás esperando?
I can still probably get enough golds to PB, maybe. But I'll get a... Maybe not a bad time if I just keep this up.
Batman no puede dejar morir a toda esa gente.
Mi rastreador no...
Lanzamiento con éxito. Presos neutralizados. Múltiples objetivos caídos. Número de bajas elevado.
alcanzados. El sector 4 tiene más luces que un árbol de Navidad.
That probably means I can still PB then.
Las bajas en el sector 3 son elevadas. Regreso a la base.
But that's like a weird metric. I can't really gauge too much information off of that. There we go. I think Nivlak does like the faster ending skipping part here, but I don't know. There's probably just like an easier way of doing this whole out of bounds part anyway. How do I do that? You want me to just explain it right now?
Las bajas superan las previsiones en las primeras posiciones.
Bien, vuelvan a centrar los ataques en el museo. Quiero que la fortaleza de Cadepot quede arrasada.
I don't know what kind of result you thought was going to happen here. Tutorial, please. Well, that's called a freeze grenade hover. You can do it by using the freeze grenade.
Señor, se ha completado el bombardeo inicial del museo. El objetivo no está destruido.
Qué decepcionante. Preparaos para abrir fuego.
That's a decent climbing spot. You can do it by using the freeze grenade while you have storage active on like a ledge. But explaining how all that works is a different story. Like how to do it, I can say what it all is, but...
Bien, puede que haya caído. Seguid buscando por las secciones inferiores.
Afirmativo, señor.
Soy mejor que usted, señor Wayne.
That's a big goal.
No puede ganar. Yo, Hugo Strange, soy su sucesor. Yo he salvado a Gotham.
Oráculo, cierra todo.
Oh, since I already got Backclaw, disarm, I don't have to get it here. So getting a gold here is that much easier.
Hola, Batman. Sé que puedes oírme. No te pillo en mal
The whole Batman trilogy, the most annoying type of people to fight. Ninjas kind of suck because they teleport and make you lose your combo,
Ignórale, mi amor.
and you can't use a lot of gadgets on them, so you're really limited. And I think in Origins there's like one type of enemy that's kind of annoying.
Bueno, escucha, Batman. He montado un pequeño show para ti.
But they're not that bad. I just like, I'm bad at fighting them. They're like the athletic martial artists enemies, but you can just throw a glue grenade and it'll stop them.
A todas las unidades aéreas, cesen el ataque y regresen a la base inmediatamente. Repito, regresen a la base inmediatamente.
Hello, Widow Black.
I'll see you soon. Bye.
I could clutch this out. Skirt.
Tendríais que estar matando a Batman. ¿Os acordáis? Eso es trampa. ¿Qué diablos estás haciendo, Batman?
Perfect.
¡No os quedáis parados!
And the stage is going by really well.
¿Qué estás haciendo? Vas a hacer que llegue tarde a mi spa. Además, ya no tienes que
I don't think
salvar
this
a
could beat
ninguna
Niblex
chica,
PB,
¿verdad?
but it could PB for mine.
Lo siento. Muy pronto, ¿un cambio de paisaje te ayudaría a olvidar el dolor?
Oh, welcome over here, Mark. I'm about to get a PB. a day. Guess I got it. My foot's itchy. So I'm down here for it. Oh. My foot. Pretty sweet, actually.
Aparta de mi camino, Batman. Tengo una cita con la inmortalidad.
I haven't played Batman in like a month. And in less than 5 hours, I PB'd in any percent. That's pretty cool. It's almost like if somebody challenged me to do this, I would wonder if I could. I've been doing some good speed gaming lately.
¿Qué estás esperando? ¡Vamos! He matado a tu novia. He envenenado a Gotham y vaya. No es ni hora de desayunar.
9 more seconds away from Nivlax time. Actually, no, that wouldn't... Yeah, that would be Nivlax time. Or John Stephen Evils? No. Yeah. John Stephen Evils after Nivlax. Yeah, Niv's just barely under me. It's funny. Maybe I should race him, but he streams like... I guess he starts streaming around this time.